Hell yes. Welcome to the first ever John Thome podcast, hosted by me, John Thome. Thome. John. It sounds exactly how it's spelled. Thome. Thome. What's this show about? You're asking yourself, hey, I downloaded this podcast. What the heck's it all about? Well, it's an entertainment podcast. My aim is to entertain and do impressions of Bane. No, I won't do any impressions of Bane. But there's going to be comedy. There's going to be music. There's going to be interviews. There's going to be more. You're going to learn about yourself. You're going to learn about the universe. I'm going to learn about myself in my inner universe as we move along. What's on this episode? Well, I'm going to play some recent audio from a camping trip with my beautiful wife, Alex Thome. I talk a little bit about being sick, you know, the gunky stuff you get during the winter times. And I interview the co-owner of the Backline Improv Theater, member of the award-winning comedy duo, 1980 star, Nick Rowley. And you know what? I might just take a phone call or two because it's always good to get feedback, hear some criticism, hear some praise. I prefer that. If you like the show, find me on Facebook at the John Thome Podcast. Just search for it. You can follow me on Twitter at the John Thome Pod. That's TheJohnThomepod. I feel so alive for the very first time. Please subscribe on iTunes. Rate me however you think I deserve to be rated. And if you like it, please tell a friend. Word of mouth is going to help me so much. And I want more people to hear this. I promise I'll keep trying to improve. I want to do a great job. This is my first episode, and I know I can get better than this, but I still think there's some entertainment involved in the first episode of the John Thome Podcast. The music on this episode is provided by my good friend, Dopa. You can find him on Facebook at Dopa Rap. That's ELDOPA-RAP. Check him out. I appreciate him helping me out. I love his music. And yeah, find him on Facebook. Check him out live too. He performs all the time. He's in a couple bands. And so without further ado, here's some audio of a recent camping trip with my wife. And fun fact, I was a Boy Scout. Bonus fun fact, I was the worst Boy Scout there was. Psst. Hey, psst.
Yeah, babe?
Are you awake?
Yes. It's 7:30 p.m.
I'm so scared.
Really? What are you scared of?
What the hell was that?
I think it was an owl?
Sounded more like a Bigfoot and you know it.
No, it's an owl. I can see it right outside the tent.
Is he watching us?
Yeah, I mean, he's sitting there, acting like an owl, looking around.
He's probably plotting, studying our movements, our tendencies, our routines. He's looking inside our minds, finding our weaknesses and what makes us tick. He'll know when we're vulnerable, and then he'll death strike.
John, you're freaking out. You're gonna be fine. If anything happens, I'll protect you.
What do you mean, if anything happens? That just makes it sound like something is going to happen, and that makes me more scared.
Nothing is going to happen. Let's just go to bed. The sooner we fall asleep, the sooner we can wake up, and the sooner we can go home where you'll feel safe.
Okay. Night, night, sugar plum.
I love you. Psst! Did you hear that? Something's out there.
It's probably a Bigfoot. Be quiet or it'll hear us.
Oh, we're gonna die in this tent.
I know. Shh. Bigfoot, they hear frequencies that we don't even know exist. And they use echolocation. They're like dolphins, only better swimmers.
Who's hungry for some s'mores? I am so proud of my brave son and his wife for being such tough outdoorsmen. If either of you two need anything, just know your dad and I will be right inside the house. And make sure you don't go outside of our backyard. It could be dangerous out there.
Thanks, Mom! What I'd like to talk about now is a little thing called sickness. Not bad, real sickness, like disease. That's obviously horrible. We know that. But I'm talking about the sickness that I have right now. That annoying, like 4-day cold where it knocks you on your behind, but you're still able to function, so people just expect you to be at your normal 100%. But really, I'm operating at like 60% right now, to be honest. Yeah, my 60% might be most people's 105%. I get that. But I'm used to a certain level of excellence. And I can't reach that level right now. I have a cold. I've had one for a few days now. And I think my body knows. My body, certain times of the year, will just make me sick. It like knows in the past that I used to have too much fun on the New Year's Eve. Too much fun on pretty much all holidays, but specifically New Year's Eve, Christmas time, young John Tom would partake in rambunctious festivities. For example, I would drink a lot to celebrate the passing of one year and the coming of a new year. For some reason, that would excite me, and I would proceed to drink way more than humans were meant to drink. And it usually ended in me getting into some sort of trouble. I'll just be honest. Like a little scamp. Like I'd be in trouble like how Dennis the Menace would get in trouble. You know? I'd steal 17 hot dogs off the food truck, but I would go use those hot dogs to feed homeless people and ducks. Okay, so I was kind of like a Robin Hood, a drunk Robin Hood. But now, for the past 2 years in a row, I've started getting sick New Year's Eve day. And then have proceeded to continue being sick for the first few days of the new year. And it's like my body's like, hey John, we gave you like the first 30 years of your life. We gave you that. We gave you those New Year's Eves, and you showed us, your body, your immune system, your sensibilities, that you can't handle that. So what we're going to do, we're going to shut you down for a couple of days. We're going to give you a cold. It's not going to be that bad, but it's going to suck enough that you're probably going to have to miss work. You're probably going to have to buy some cold medicine, some off-brand Dayquil, afternoon quill. That's my favorite type of cough medicine. Afternoon quill. You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't drink night quill. I drink night quill. It's spelled differently. The first night is spelled like K-N-I, like a knight, medieval knight. The second night is just N-I-T-E. Night quill. It doesn't make sense, but I can get it for like 75 cents per pill. I go, at every CVS they sell it. You just have to look hard enough. It's like the secret menu on Taco Bell, supposedly. If you ask for like this crazy burrito, they'll make it for you. I've never done that. I don't eat Taco Bell. There's literally 0 gluten-free options. But if you go to CVS, tell them you want the night quill, they'll give you the good stuff. So yeah, I kind of wanted to talk about sickness. I wanted to hear your guys' thoughts on sickness. I don't like it. I know no one likes being sick. But I don't like missing work, okay? I've got a wife. I've got bills to pay. I've got a kid on the way. I have to put food on the table. I have to buy diapers. I'm not buying cloth diapers. Cloth diapers, good on you if you bought cloth diapers, but I don't feel comfortable putting poo-poo and pee-pee diapers, cloth ones, in my wash repeatedly, and that's probably just going to run up my water bill, which wouldn't actually save me money on diapers. So I like my non-cloth diapers. I don't have a kid yet. I'm just waxing poetic. I don't even know how much diapers cost. How much do diapers cost? Someone? Anyone? That's what I thought. So yeah, when I'm sick, I try to take as many medicines as possible. I feel like we live in a certain time in life. You know, in the 1800s, they didn't have, well, I doubt they had cough medicine for you. I doubt they had decongestants and Mucinex and, I don't know, cough drops. When were cough drops invented? No one knows. But I try to take advantage of the modern times that we're in. You know, I know I'm going to be sick for a while. I try to make it as comfortable as possible. You know, pop some ibuprofen, pop some Mucinex, suck on a few cough drops. Heck, I'll buy those cough drops that have zinc in them that supposedly cut your cold down by a couple days. I'll do that. Why? Do I know that they work? I don't know. No, but I know the placebo effect is a very strong thing. And if I think I'm getting healthier, then I think my body will become healthier. That's how the placebo effect works. That's how the placebo effect works. So, what do you guys like to do? Do you like to drink herbal tea? Heck, I'll try herbal tea. I'll drink tea. I'll have honey. I'll have cinnamon. I'll have a shot of whiskey before bed. I try everything because I want to get out there and be back to 100% as soon as possible. Are there any old wives' tales? Well, in old wives' tales, quick tangent on that. Is that one old wife that told all these tales? And why does the wife have to be old? Who came up with these tales? What if, now stick with me, what if there was this friend, you know, and he had a wife, but he got divorced, and then he remarried, so it was his old wife. And what if that wife had a tale? An old wives' tale. Okay, please don't turn this off. Please don't unfriend me and unfollow me on Twitter. I'm sorry I said that. Sometimes I just go wherever my mind takes me, and it shouldn't have taken me there. I apologize. I'm sick, okay? I'm only at like 70% right now. I'm still sick. I worked today. I still went into work because I have a determination. And because I'm one of those people that doesn't have a lot of money, so I need every chance at making an honest paycheck I can get. So yeah, if you see me drinking kombucha, which I do, I love kombucha. You see me talking about my gluten-free, healthy lifestyle. That's true. I live that. You know why I do that? Because it helps me not get sick as often. Because getting sick is the worst. We have Netflix. I have HBO Go. I can watch literally anything on HBO. But nothing sounds good. Nothing sounds fun to watch. Nothing is fun to watch when you're sick. When your nose gets kind of irritated at the very end of it because you've got snot and you didn't have proper Kleenexes, so you've been using paper towels and now your nose is raw. Your eyes are watering. Not because you watched some brilliant HBO piece of work. I love The Wire. I love Sopranos. I've probably cried at both of those. But no, your eyes are watering because you're sick. You can't breathe out of your nose. Your sinus feels like they're going to explode, and it's making weird noises inside your head. Like a teapot when there's too much pressure. That's what's happening. You can't enjoy an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm when you're sick. Not to your 100% fullest capabilities of joy. No, you can maybe enjoy it like 60%. It's better than not watching HBO Go, for heaven's sake. I'm not a Neanderthal. Neanderthal? I'm not a caveman. So hit me up. Hit up the John Tom podcast. Hit up the Twitter page. Hit up my Twitter page. Let me know what you think. I want to hear your thoughts on sickness. If I get some good emails, if I get some good tweets, I'll read them on the next show. I'm going to continue trying to recover. I'm going to build up my immune system so that it can never be defeated again. That means fruits. That means veggies. That means whole grains. That means kombucha, which is what? Live bacteria? Fermented foods? Eat that. Get your gut healthy. Your gut helps you defend everything. You got to get your 8 hours of sleep, which I don't do a great job at, but I'm going to now that I remember how bad it is to be sick and how much I dislike that. I'm going to sleep 8 hours and 15 minutes every day. There, how about that? Well, I hope you all have a great 2016. I had a great 2015. Probably the best year of my life. No, I think it is the best year of my life, 2015. You know, every year has its ups and downs, and I'm going to try to make 2016 the next best year of my life. Why? Because that's the year I'm living in right now. And I live in the now. And I'm trying to improve. I've had more years on this earth, hence more opportunity to improve myself and my life. I'm glad you guys listened. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure your immune system's up. I feel for all you out there that are battling true sickness, disease. I know that this isn't like a real bad thing, but it's not fun. Come on, it's not fun. But everyone, get well. Have a healthy 2016.
Put on nothing except the show. Show me how you shake it, make it go, go, go. Put on nothing except the show. Show me how you shake it, make it go, go, go.
I am very excited to welcome the first ever guest of the John Tom podcast. He is a pillar of the Omaha comedy scene, a co-owner of the Backline Improv Theater, a member of the award-winning 1980 star comedy duo. Give it up for Nick Rowley.
Hey.
How's it going, Nick?
It's going real good. What award did 1980 Star win?
It was like best sketch from
Oh.
Omaha Comedy Week.
Yes.
Like 2013. Or 2014?
2012.
2012.
I believe
2012.
it's
Further
2012.
back. Further back. Living in the past.
I know, because in the picture we look really good.
Yeah, skinny.
Great future ahead of us.
Way more hair.
Way more hair. Everyone excited to see the next sketch that we're going to film. And we're going to film it.
Yeah, we will. When you win an award like that, you don't want to just come out and put out crap next. So
No.
you kind of need some time. You need to let the process happen organically.
We're still in our Joaquin Phoenix stage. We want everyone to think we're crazy. And then we're going to do Signs.
Yeah. I love Signs. I also love M. Night Shyamalan. You know this.
I know this. Have you seen his new movie yet? The Visit?
Yes, I have seen The Visit, and I thought it was. I'd give it a B. It's a horror movie. It's a horror movie, scary movie, but I like it a lot better than a lot of the other horror movies I've seen lately.
I was going to say a lot better than that one where the plants kill people, which I think was also called The Visit.
Yeah, the last three movies of his were called The Visit. Not 1, 2, and 3. Just they're all The Visit.
But they're all different.
Yeah.
They're all different interpretations.
It's like you can tell he's pissed at himself and wants to give it another shot.
Guys, this next visit's going to be it.
Yeah.
Trust me.
The Visit franchise. So yeah, this is my first ever interview.
This is cool.
Yeah, it's fun. You like to be here?
I like to be here. I've never been in this wing of your house.
Yeah, it is the East Wing.
Right.
It's the.
And
Yeah.
you have a copy of West Wing in here,
Yeah,
which I think is really ironic.
Yeah, it's I'm a playful, funny guy like that. So
Yeah.
witty, but you get it.
I get it.
I get it.
I look at this and I think, here's a fun guy that still owns a DVD player too.
A DVD player / VHS.
It's the combo?
No, I threw that one out.
Okay.
But that brings me to a point. We
Yeah.
have known each other for a long time. If you
Yes.
don't know what he's referring to, which you 99.9% don't, I won a VCR DVD combo at like our junior or senior prom, and I used it for a very long time.
I didn't even know I was referencing that.
Oh.
But that's right, you did. It was just, it's kind of like when you watch the very first Fast and the Furious and you see that they were stealing like tube TVs.
Yeah.
You forget that.
This car's got a car phone. I ain't never seen one of
I
them.
ain't never seen a car phone.
Yeah, that's how old we are.
The grade school I went to, my class gift, some people gave, some years give a bench or a mural. We gave a digital camera that took a 3 1/4 floppy disk. So I assume it's still in use.
Oh yeah, probably.
No pictures bigger than 1.5 megabytes.
Yeah.
Because then you're just showing off.
Yeah. Why you need pixels. You need a few of them.
Not too many.
Not too many.
You can get the idea.
Yeah.
With just a couple.
Don't want to get fancy. We've known each other for, I'd say, 15, at least 15 or more years. When did we meet? Do you remember what grade exactly? Was it freshman year of high school?
Yes, we knew each other freshman year because I think, was that the last year of backyard wrestling? The last match?
I don't know, was it the last match? It kind of fizzled out, but...
I had one chance to be in it. I was invited one day, but I had to... I don't know. I probably had to go home and play a video game.
I would have loved it if you came there because the little smaller people, like, no offense, smaller people like you are more fun to pro wrestle with because you're easier to pick up, you're easier to perform moves on. It's fun for a guy like me who, my power moves are power bombs, right? Power bombs. I throw people around that backyard.
Right. Yeah, I don't know how anyone would take offense.
Well, maybe after this interview, we can go to the backyard and I can practice some moves.
Knock a couple out?
Yeah.
That sounds great.
All right. Good. That sounds good. It's on record. How many calories a day are you eating?
The goal is still 1,500.
1,500? How often do you hit that?
That
doesn't hit it or below, is what I mean.
Right. Well, then far less. No time in recent memory.
Okay, but you look good.
Thanks. Though I'm wearing baggy clothes.
Yeah, that's my trick too. Yeah. And it's not fooling anyone.
No one was tricked by it.
Yeah, no. Oh, John's insecure about his body. He's wearing a triple XL. He got sucked up in the wind like one of those guys that dive off cliffs.
That's a good way to hit the side of a rock wall.
Yeah. I did kind of want to break down the 1980 Star history.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are new to the Omaha comedy scene. Our friends know all about our work. They know all about it, I'm sure.
They've had the pamphlets. They've had the rundowns.
Yeah.
The slideshows.
Yeah. The mass emails.
It's true. There's some young bucks that they might have been in short pants when our first sketch came out. When the first 1980 started.
Yeah.
Sketch came out.
Yeah, probably wasn't. I don't think Jack Comstock was born.
No. There's enough people that their memories of 9/11 was, well, my mom picked me up early from kindergarten.
Yeah.
And
yours was like you were shaving / smoking a cigarette.
Right. A legal cigarette.
Yeah.
In a bar, because you still could.
But we known each other even before 1980 started. Like we said earlier, we were in high school together. And unless you're in our close-knit circle of friends from high school, you might not know Rowley and I kind of have always had this competitive nature when it comes to humor. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, I think comedy's not for the audience. Comedy is for the winner.
Yep. Whoever gets the most loudest laughs.
Right. Is the person that won that day. And I think that's what really drew us to it.
Yeah. We kind of hated each other, but we kind of respected and saw each other as comedy adversaries.
Let's bring up the because we used to be a little bit like oil and water. And I think it all stems from when we were partners in weightlifting class, sophomore year. And I assisted a young lady. She needed a spot. Her spotter was gone for the day. And John was trying to bench maybe a plate, something young buck of him.
I honestly don't think I was lifting a plate at that time. I remember because there was guys lifting plates and I couldn't do it. And I was just like, those guys aren't so tough.
They're not. I still don't think they are. But
now that I can lift a plate, we are actually really tough.
Yeah, that's a good point. I just remember the look of there was a look of betrayal in John's eyes.
Yeah,
and I think that stuck with him for the next 6 years.
Well, I did feel betrayed. Specifically, when I was younger, I loyalty was a very big deal to me. You know, when you grow up where we grew up in Millard,
Right.
you got to know who you're running with, who's got your back when you're trying to, max out on the bench press instead of going.
The 5 families of Millard.
Yeah.
It's loyalty is very, very important.
Yeah. We've been competing for last, but I think it also developed a chemistry that's hard to replicate. Did not live with each other freshman year of college.
That's right. Different cities.
Yeah. Nick stayed in Omaha. John had to spread his wings all the way to Lincoln, Nebraska. And I would occasionally still party with you at your apartment.
Ah, yeah. Well, there's another... So the Nick Rowley story in Omaha was he had his own apartment.
It was a big deal.
It was a big deal to a lot of people. And on more than one occasion, the buzzer would ring, and I would answer, and I'd say, "Hey," say, "Yep, we're here. We've got drinks. We're ready to watch Real World." And I would respond, "Of course," with, "I don't want to watch the Real World, and please don't drink in my apartment." And flash forward half an hour, and all of those things were actually happening.
Yeah, we did watch quite a few episodes of Real World. We drank heavily, which is what you do when you're 18. Watch the Real World. I would come over uninvited, drink heavily, usually do something.
Peed out the window once.
I peed out the window. What floor did you live on?
3rd floor.
3rd floor. I remember being much higher.
Oh, of course. I'm
going to tell the story that it was the 6th floor.
The 6th floor.
That's...
We peed on the roof once.
Okay.
I believe.
Okay.
But suffice it to say that at the time, I felt that these guests were uninvited, but I also loved the attention. Something that continues to today.
And so the next year, you decide to go to
Lincoln. Spread my rings. My rings.
Your rings.
I had had a magic act at the time.
Yeah, it was great.
It caught on slowly but surely. And we thought, hey, this is a good idea.
This is a perfect match.
Yeah.
I'm Nick. I'm really independent. I'm living on my own already, doing my own dishes.
I'm a neat freak.
I'm cleaning. I'm not partying at all.
So who should I live with? How about some guys that it's their first time out of the dorms?
Yep.
They live in a party town at the edge of the city, essentially, across the street from a supermarket. This is a match made in heaven.
We decided to live together our sophomore years of college. I was still probably a freshman, technically, but it was my second year of college.
That's fair.
Yeah, and it was a weird thing because we got along. We had a lot of fun, but we also clashed as well. We lived in a duplex. We had another roommate. Shout out to Ryan Doyle.
Hashtag
Go Royals.
Go Royals.
Yeah.
Can we give hashtags on this?
Yeah, you can give hashtags.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you're allowed to do anything. There's no holding back.
No rules?
Just right? Rules, just right. That's why we're doing this without pants on.
All right.
Now you know why.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
It was a weird prerequisite.
We partied a lot. You partied.
Yeah.
You partook.
I did. Wednesdays became our party night, which, if that seems like a poor choice, it was.
Yeah. A lot of people failed.
A lot of people failed their Thursday classes.
Yeah.
But it was one of those things that I've tried to recapture in my older days, my older age, the excitement of, oh man, it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's hard to get that feeling of excitement back. Think back when you were ready for Friday night football in high school, or Sunday football if you follow football. Just think about football.
Just get excited about football right now.
Yeah.
We did. We had Wednesday night parties. We were kind of known for our Wednesday night parties. No one else was throwing Wednesday night parties because no one else...
Because it's a bad idea.
People were in school to learn.
Right.
Some of us weren't. We had those times. I think we also continued to build our comedic chemistry while still also vying for people's attention.
Yes. We there was no doubt that we wanted people to look at us and listen to us and pay attention to us, which may have been part of the clashing.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
We may not have agreed on each other's methods of getting attention.
Mm-hmm.
And I can safely say that we get to see some videos of those old parties a couple years back. Oh my gosh. 4 years ago.
What's your thoughts on death?
It's imminent.
And soon.
And yeah, both imminent and soon. And I'll be honest. I can kind of see what College John might have been annoyed with College Nick. Sometimes I get annoyed by College Nick as well.
Well, and I can also see why College John would annoy College Nick, or even Nick nowadays. You know, I was a savage animal. You know, I still am in a way, and I don't ever want to lose that part of me. But I do want to be. I wasn't good. I was good at throwing the beers around and falling through windows, and that was fun to me. I wasn't thinking about that we have to live here. You know, I didn't think about that at all.
But you know, there's always been that link. You know, we're not so different, you and I.
We're not.
I would sleep on a fold-out couch that I wouldn't fold out. And John would sleep on a mattress, no sheets, no box spring.
Yeah, no sheets, no box spring. I probably did laundry like 4 times that year, and it was all on winter. Like 3 of the times was on winter break when my mom did it for me.
Right. So you did laundry once.
Yeah.
And
That's
it took
fair.
all the quarters.
That's fair. And I didn't have money, so it was
Right.
hard. It was a fun time though. But I think we both look on those times very fondly.
It's true.
I think it helped shape us, and then we go our separate ways for a little bit. I'm no longer attending Lincoln, and so I went to Omaha, and so Nick, you ended up going to Japan a couple times.
3 times. 3 times.
3 times.
It's a good place. It's a great place. Miss it. Think about it every day.
Think you'll ever go back?
I would love to. There's just some convincing some people. I ran into a guy at Takechi's Jewelry. And we had a long conversation. Made me realize, A, I miss Japan, and B, my Japanese is very rusty.
We ended up living together for a second time.
That's right.
And I don't know, how long ago was this? Was this 12, 15, 17 years ago?
This was 5 years ago.
This was in the 80s. Oh, 5 years ago.
This was 5 years ago. And 1980 Star had already formed.
1980 Star formed out of Eric Subcheck, and he did this Spoof News project. It kind of all stemmed from spoofnews.com. It was like...
Don't try and go to that site. It doesn't... You can go on the Wayback Machine.
Yeah, go on the Wayback Machine, spoofnews.com. I might post some articles someday, but we would write satirical news articles. So we started doing more sketch videos. We started writing less and filming more, and that kind of became what we wanted to do. And we filmed this episode in probably, 90% of the sketches, Nick, you were a part of it or helped out with it?
Yeah. I believe it was called American Defrost.
American Defrost. It was called American Defrost. And I have DVDs for sale. Let me know if you
watch
want
it
one.
in your DVD VHS combo player.
Oh yeah, people don't use DVD players anymore. I forgot about that.
It'll be downloadable as soon as it's converted into a downloadable format.
Yeah, plug your phone into the modem, and you can hook up to this thing called the internet. And overnight, if you click download, overnight it'll probably be
done.
Yeah.
That and that Eminem song from his first album.
Yeah. Just go to LimeWire, pull up your LimeWire, instant message me if you have any questions. I can tell you how to do all of this.
He's on AOL and ICQ.
Yeah, I don't know the ICQ reference.
That's okay.
So, 1980 Star forms. Nick is a big part of the entire episode. And Eric and I say, well, he's already helping us in every episode. Why don't we make him a member?
Which was very exciting for me. They both brought me. Can I discuss the actual?
Yeah, 100%.
They brought me into what was then John's walk-in closet, and they lit a single match, and they asked me if I wanted to be part of the 1980 Star family, and I said yes, and we all blew out the match, I believe.
Yeah, we bring him into a closet. We have this. I really wish we would have made him bleed, kind of cut a little mark on your hand, and we still can.
Cosa Nostra kind of has the.
Yeah. Well, I kind of want to. I want to make this into a mob type comedy group.
Next time. Yeah.
So if we ever add a new member,
right,
We have to do that.
We've got to cut him.
Yeah. We'll definitely cut him.
So yeah, I walked in a boy and I left a man child.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually filmed a sketch later that dramatized that whole event.
Yeah, go to youtube.com/1980 spelled out, star spelled out.
Or you can get there from 1980star.com, 1980star.com. And actually, after I joined the group, Eric left to pursue bigger, better things.
He moved to Arizona, and we said goodbye. And Nick and I looked at each other, and we said, what are we going to do now?
Yeah, so I joined 1980 Star.
You joined 1980 Star.
Eric
Eric leaves. Runs like a coward.
Like a coward.
Yeah, I mean, it's not Omaha's not made for everyone. Some people can't handle it. They move to, they take the easy route. They go to New York.
Right, or L.A.
Or Austin.
Or Scottsdale.
He retires.
Yeah.
He plays golf every day, 18 holes.
Which is exhausting. I gotta give it to him.
With his hair, too. Check out his hair if you get a chance.
Yeah, it's very current day Macaulay Culkin.
Eric Subject, if you're listening, you look like a current day Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah. So it's funny because while we were living together, I started taking some improv classes by the suggestion of another gent that I had started filming some sketches with by the name of Max Menser. # Max Menser. I know he's out there. Lives in Chicago now. He said he had a buddy, and this buddy was moving back. He's going to do some improv classes. I should check it out. And I did, and just felt like it wasn't for me. I thought it would come naturally, be real fun. It just wasn't. And then the level 2 came up, and there were a lot of beautiful women in that level 2, and I decided, all right, I can do improv.
You got an improv comedy for the ladies.
I did. I got into improv comedy to help a friend. I stayed with it for the ladies, and then I absolutely fell in love with it. Started performing, started doing shows. It's like, this is great. And around that time, John, who was at that time my roommate still, at the new place.
At Bird Street. We moved into a new apartment on Bird Street, the infamous Bird Street.
Literal feet away from a pool.
Yeah, we would swim 5 or 4 times the entire time we
lived there.
Yeah.
Not a day. And around that time, John also started getting into comedy. Started doing some stand-up. And unbeknownst to us, Eric started doing stand-up as well. So that bug bit us all around the same time.
The live comedy. And what got me into doing live comedy is I saw a comedy competition. It was the OK Party Battle Royale. And I think you were in it. It was one of the first ones.
I was in it.
You were in it. And I've always wanted to be a comedian or to do comedy. It's always been kind of the next step. We no longer want to just be the funny guy at the party or the funny guy in school. Or the funny guy at work. We wanted to be funny on stage.
We wanted to win funny.
Yeah, we wanted to win funny. So what I saw people doing stand-up, and I said, in my head, I think I can do this. I've wanted to do it. I've been saying for how long I'm going to go to an open mic. Always would find a reason not to go to open mic. So I get it.
It's too far. They've got gluten.
I was gluten-free then.
Yeah.
And so I signed up. I don't know if I signed up. Someone asked me to be on the show, and I said yes, more as a way to tell myself, hey, you got to do this. There's a time you're going to be on the show. And I did it. I felt like I did all right, and I just kept doing it from there, where I kept doing stand-up. And we were filming sketches at the time at one of our best rates. We kind of...
Yeah, I got a camera, and we just started... we were filming every couple of weeks.
Set up a tripod, film each other. It was a
great.
2-man crew. It was just me and you.
2-man crew. And then we would send the footage to Eric in Arizona, and he would edit it, make it look real nice, and post it. And man,
but we decided to do a live show.
That's right.
The first ever live show with Eric. He was back in town.
This was December 21st, 2012.
We survived.
We survived the apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
The Mayan calendar was off. Leap day, probably.
And, well, we had a show. We promoted it. We had a show. We had sketches. What are your thoughts from our first show? First ever show with Eric Subject. First ever 1980 star show.
Loved it. I know your mom was there.
Yeah.
She was great. She had a
So
good
was
laugh.
Eric's mom.
Eric's mom was there. I just remember thinking afterwards, hey, I like this kind of show. I don't see this kind of show elsewhere. Let's keep doing it. Also, we all tore our shirts off at the end.
Yeah.
Which, I think the audience liked that. I don't see that a lot. And it's made its way into several of our...
Yeah, we've done that a few times now. It's made its way. Yeah, I'm not seeing it at other shows. I saw Casey Crawford do a stand-up set without a shirt once. Beautiful man.
Beautiful man. Great inspiration.
Great.
Funny dude.
I'd love to... Yes. He's a great, funny dude. Love his figure. So we took off our shirts. We get off stage. I had a blast, too. It was one of those things... It was a packed... It was at the studio gallery, the Late and Great studio gallery in the basement. We had a full house. From what I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Full house. Laughs all night.
Into the wee hours. Friends were there. They had a great time. Well, I think one of the big things that you could expect when you went to a 1980 Star show was a lot of game time decisions.
Oh, yeah.
Whether those were tearing off a shirt that you didn't plan on tearing off, or forgetting that your keys are in your pocket when you do a leg slam. We used to host a show called Mixed Laughs on Saturdays, one Saturday a month, and that was kind of the precursor to our actual shows, kind of like The Simpsons on the Tracy Ullman Show. Like, oh, we could make this its own show. But
we still kind of looked weird. We
30
sounded
years
different.
Later, yeah, we definitely looked weird. I drank a lot of eggs. And milk.
Reoccurring gag.
Ready to bring it back. But I think there's still this desire to keep doing those. The only thing that we lack is organization.
We're getting older. We have more responsibilities. We have less time. We have less hair. Nick, I'm going to ask you a few questions.
Ooh.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Are you going to put in dramatic music? Like, this is the John Tom podcast question music?
No.
Okay, I will provide that.
Okay. Nick Rowley.
Yes.
What were your comedic influences growing up as a child?
I spent many an hour watching SNL, classic 80s and especially early 90s.
Did you watch it every Saturday night live?
Often. More in the early 90s we did. But I had a chunk of time, especially because we had block scheduling. # block schedule. # Millard West.
2002.
2002.
For always.
It's coming back, everybody. Less than 100 years. I would watch an SNL and then a Kids in the Hall over my lunch break. And wonderful. Also, Steve Martin.
Well, I'm different. I didn't watch a lot of Saturday Night Live. My parents didn't. We didn't watch a lot of comedy specials. We'd watch shows like Who's the Boss, Home Improvement.
Oh, we were big into TV.
Yeah, I know that about your family. What was your favorite series as of watching with your family?
Watching with my family? Oh, I mean, we watched Seinfeld, we watched Friends, we watched Third Rock from the Sun. Big fan of Third Rock from the Sun. We watched Newhart. We watched so many TV shows together.
Those are happy times to think about.
Those are very happy times to think about. Although some of the later Friends I wasn't a big fan of. You mentioned comedy specials. Dana Carvey's 4-star comedy special. Not when it was actually on HBO, but the Comedy Central rerun. I watched every time it was on.
Nice.
So I've seen that and the movie Joe Dirt probably 80 times each.
I don't have a greatest influence, but I was influenced a lot by Wayne's World.
Oh, yeah.
And Dana Carvey. Yeah, Dana Carvey in his short-lived television show. There's a few sketches on there that...
Yellow 5.
That sticks with you. Yellow 5 sticks with you.
It does. That's the problem. That's why you gotta be careful.
Okay, Nick Rowley.
Yes.
What has been your most favorite moment on stage?
Man, that's not... I have the extreme luxury, and I know I wouldn't have this in any other city, of getting to be on stage at least once a week. And I've had that for almost 4 years. which is fantastic.
That's a benefit to doing comedy in Omaha.
It is. You would not get that in LA or Chicago. To be on stage and have an audience every night, it's a luxury which I do not take for granted. I know it's very special. That first show, there was definitely some excitement there, and the first improv show, which I know you and some other friends came to, was very special. I gotta think one of the best times. I don't remember why, but I happen to have been Spider-Man in this particular sketch and this scene, and my wife, possibly Mary Jane, possibly Gwen, we don't know. She was yelling at me, and I said, "I just gotta go up to my office," and I jumped up and did not know it was there, but I grabbed a ledge, and it was so. To everyone watching, I was Spider-Man. I said, "I gotta get out of here," and I jumped and just attached to the wall, and then the lights went out. And,
nice.
It was
perfect timing.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
So if you ever get a chance, go see Nick Rowley at the Backline Improv Theater Friday nights.
There's stuff at the Backline Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Saturday there's usually stand up. There's some great groups that perform there. Some really funny people have some really cool stand up shows. Sometimes there's improv on Saturdays. It's amazing.
Shout out to Nick Rowley. Follow him at Nick1980star on Twitter. He says a lot of funny stuff on there. You can catch him every.
I just logged back in since I got my new phone, so now I can tweet again.
Post incredible pictures.
I'll try to post some fantastic photos, live photos. Going to be making a lot of GIFs.
Hell yeah.
Or GIFs, depending on what part of the United
I say
States
GIFs. Pop. I'd go to the crick or wash my clothes.
Yeah, wash them.
Yeah, so I say GIF. I'm a GIFer. I'm a GIF guy.
Win one for the GIFer.
Yeah, win one for the GIFer. Nick, thank you so much for being on the first episode.
Thanks for having me.
You'll for sure be on another one down the road. And check them out. Check us out. Go to our Facebook page, 1980 Star. We're easy to find. We promote it.
Yeah.
Watch our videos. If you haven't seen our videos, please do go look back at them. We have a lot of stuff we're proud of and we think is very funny, but I still think our best is yet to come.
Yeah. That's the name of a sketch we shot several years ago. Best is yet to come.
Yeah.
It's by far our best.
It's our best. It's our best sketches. Our best is yet to come. We're probably not going to get funnier than that.
No.
There's no chance of that. All right, everyone. Nick freaking Rowley.
Woo!
High five. All right. Because I am a man of the people, I'm going to accept a phone call. So if you know my cell phone and you want to just say, "Hey, John, great job on your first podcast. Give me a ring," I would thoroughly enjoy that. Okay, I'm going to call. I don't know this number. Who is this?
Hello.
Hi.
Am I on air?
You're on air.
Am I on air?
Yes, you're on air.
Okay. Is this the John Tom podcast?
This is the John Tom podcast.
Uh-huh. And are you John Tom?
I am John Tom.
You are?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I've been meaning to talk to you.
About what?
My name is Bill Dulles, and I am an unsuccessful polygamist.
Huh.
I have 0 wives.
0?
But, more importantly, I needed to tell you that you are a simpleton.
Hey now.
You have spent 0 minutes talking about polygamy, and I hope your entire podcast fails. Bye.
Goodbye. I hope you never call back again. That was a very hurtful phone call. Why would you want my podcast to fail? I'm not going to talk about polygamy because I'm not a polygamist, and this isn't a polygamy podcast. I don't know how you heard of my podcast. I hope you liked it. I hope you tell your friends about it, but lose my number and have a great day. And that is it for the first episode of the John Tom Podcast. Thank you for listening and being a part of history. Shout out to Nick Rowley for being such a great first guest. Seek him out. Find him on Facebook. Find him on Twitter. Nick1980star. Thank you to El Dopa Rap for providing the beats and the music for the first episode. Seek him on Facebook, and he will change your entire worldview. And a final thank you to all of you that stuck around and listened to the entire thing. I appreciate it. Please like the Facebook page. Please follow me on Twitter. Subscribe on iTunes. Rate it whatever you think it deserves to be rated. I'm going to leave you guys with an Dopa song called Evil Me. See you next time. Fun fact, if you refer to yourself in third person, you annoy John Tom.
In the corners I creep, crawl through abandoned streets all night. When the light falls, I blend in with the white walls, living in a blackout, praying with the cast out. Last time that I laughed out loud, I passed out and fell asleep for a lifetime. Woke up out of my right mind, moved to the other side, did the things I never tried. I never cried until that day, I never lied until that day. When I felt it take my pride away, I found a hideaway right away. Trying to climb a broken ladder, fell into a cloak and dagger world. That was my design, and I find it mighty fine. All those years I played the benches, measured how far I strayed in inches. I traded in for latent vengeance. Be ready when I'm making entrance. Never treated me equally until I ceased to be.
Defeated me so easily, now you'll see the evil me.
Never treated me equally until I ceased to be.
Defeated me so easily, now you'll see the evil me. I'm lurking and prowling through the valley of death. The harshness of this reality hasn't rattled me yet. I'm vexed, trapped in hatred with evil fascinations, been berated, being negated. I'm hazardous, lacking the patience to tolerate the ignorance. Faith is insignificant, I'm jaded with indifference, like I'm facing a prison sentence. That inside mentality on the outside world, I'm perturbed, disturbed in the turbulence of turmoil. Inconspicuous in this twisted existence, I'm sick and tired of sitting quiet, denying my ambitions to roam in the wilderness to intervene and impose a dark face on the scene. I'm not clinging to hope.
Never treated me equally until I ceased to be.
Defeated me so easily, now you'll see the evil me.
Never treated me equally until I ceased to be.
Defeated me so easily, now you'll see the evil me.
On the way to the liquor store to buy your rose, trying to get there by the time it closed. Runaway train on a one-way track, can't get far enough, I'm on a dumb way back. But now I see to it that I had it bad, and try to make sure my track's a path. But evil me, I have to laugh when I ponder on the aftermath. Do all I can to change my ways. Evil nights to sacred days, keep to myself to resist temptation. But it's more complex than what I've been facing.
Make no mention of the moves I make. Y'all ready for war? Then choose your place. I'm poised, the poison doom awaits. Crossing my path be a foolish mistake. I'm a hooligan that a hooligan hates. Never playing by the rules, I'm abusing base. Crack smoke in the air, it motivates me to slash the neck or bruise the face. To touch what I can't have, it's been a little bit rough, I must hustle up cash. I get a rush from the rage, I'm running them up, big trouble bust your ass.
Never treated me equally until I ceased to be.
Defeated me so easily, now you'll see the evil me.
Never treated me equally until I ceased to be.
Defeated me so easily, now you'll see the evil me.
Never treated me equally until I ceased to be.
Defeated me so easily, now you'll see